Practicing gratitude, Michael Jordan, you gotta learn to appreciate the climb, not just the rim. Let me tell you something I've learned after all the championships, all the failures, all the moments on and off the court. It's not just about winning, it's about being grateful for the pain, struggle, the people who doubted you, the teammates who picked you up, the coaches who yelled, and even the losses that taught you how to rise. Gratitude is a mindset. It's how you fuel the fire without letting ego take over. When I was cut from my high school team, I wasn't angry. I was grateful. Grateful for the challenge, that's what made me come back stronger. When you're grateful, you play with love, you hustle with purpose, you train with heart, and when you fall, you don't cry, you say thank you, and then you go again. So be thankful for every single moment. That's how champions are built. Gratitude fuels greatness. You can't reach the top by accident. The ones who do, they don't wake up complaining. They wake up grateful. Grateful for breath, grateful for pain, grateful for the opportunity to compete. Gratitude doesn't mean weakness. It means perspective. When you start with gratitude, you start with the right fuel. You're not chasing revenge. You're chasing growth. And when you're chasing growth, you never burn out. You're not thinking about critics. You're thinking about craft. Every day I stepped on the court, I was thankful for my legs, my lungs, my hands. I didn't take them for granted. Some guys complain about double practice. I thanked my coach for it because I saw what it was making me into. Gratitude puts the fire in your chest and steel in your veins. When others feel pressure, you feel purpose. When they fold, you rise, not because it's easy, but because you appreciate every ounce of pain it takes to improve. There's something powerful about waking up with a chip on your shoulder and gratitude in your heart. You become unstoppable. You play angry but focused, humble but hungry. That's how you win, consistently. Gratitude is the hidden weapon most never develop. They focus on what they don't have instead of what they do. That mindset weakens you. You start blaming. You start comparing. You lose the fight before it even starts. But when you're grateful for your situation, even the hard one, you own it. You find solutions. You find angles. You train harder. You stretch longer. You recover better because you respect the game. You respect the process. You don't complain about pain. You thank it. You don't cry over tough coaching. You absorb it. You don't whine when it's not fair. You say, good, now I have to get even better. Gratitude removes excuses. It shuts down victim mentality. It forces you to look in the mirror and say, it's on me. I've got more in me. Let's go. It's not about fake positivity. It's about real power. It's about seeing challenge and smiling at it. Not because it's fun, but because you know it's shaping you. People ask what separates the greats. It's not talent, it's attitude. The greats walk into every practice, every film session, every setback with one mindset. Thank you. Now watch me work. That mindset sharpens your senses, your body gets tougher, your focus gets deadlier, because when you're grateful, you're present. And when you're present, you don't miss the moment. You start respecting everything. The silence, the sweat, the sacrifice. You look at your opponents differently, not with hate, but with hunger. They're the obstacle, and you're thankful for them because they're going to bring the best out of you. If you want greatness, start by being grateful for the grind. It's not glamorous, it's not flashy, but it's what separates the good from great. It's what builds legends. You can't buy gratitude. You can't fake it. You have to earn it. By getting up when it's hard, by smiling when it's unfair, and by doing the work nobody sees. Be thankful for the doubt. Doubt is the greatest gift you'll ever receive, if you know what to do with it. The moment someone says you can't, that's the moment you learn who you really are. Doubt lights a fire inside you that comfort never could. Every time someone looked at you sideways, every time a coach benched you, every time a scout passed you over, you should have smiled because they gave you fuel. They gave you purpose. They gave you something to prove. Most people hate being doubted. They let it sink them. They believe the whispers. They let doubt rewrite their story. But if you're built right, you don't run from doubt. You lean into it. You embrace it like a sparring partner. Doubt sharpens your focus. It forces you to shut up and work. No more talking, no more dreaming, just early mornings, sore legs, tired eyes, and a heart that says, prove them wrong. You want to know who's dangerous, the one who's been doubted and didn't fold, the one who's been overlooked and didn't whine, one who stayed quiet, stayed hungry, and turned that disrespect into dominance. Every time you're told you're not ready, not strong enough, not fast enough, you have two options: accept it or outwork it. And when you choose to outwork it, something changes inside you. You don't just train harder. You train with purpose. You start showing up with something different in your eyes, something that can't be taught. Doubt makes you sharper. It makes you smarter. It makes you relentless because you're not just playing anymore. You're proving something. When you start thanking the people who doubted you flip the script. You stop being the victim. You become the weapon. They thought they were insulting you. They were actually preparing you. You don't get stronger without resistance. You don't get faster without friction. And you don't get legendary without being doubted first. Let them underestimate you. Let them sleep on you. Let them bet against you. That's fine, because while they're watching, you're working. While they're laughing, you're lifting. While they're talking, you're transforming. You don't need to argue. You don't need to respond. Let your game speak. Let your discipline speak. Let your results scream so loud that nobody can ignore you anymore. Gratitude for doubt isn't just about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. You knew you had it in you. You just needed a reason to dig deeper. You don't run from rejection. You use it. You don't sulk in silence. You sharpen your edge. Every negative word, every eye roll, every "he's not that good." You file it in your mind and you turn it into fuel. And when you finally rise, when they finally see what you've become, you won't gloat. You'll nod. Because you know who helped build this version of you, the doubters, and deep down you're grateful. Appreciate the pain. Pain is a gift most people avoid. But if you want to be great, truly great, you have to flip the way you see it. Pain doesn't break you. Pain builds you. It's not your enemy. It's your coach, your mentor, your blueprint. Problem is, most people quit the second pain shows up. Their legs get sore, they tap out. Their lungs burn, they slow down, they lose a game, and suddenly they're questioning everything. But the real ones, they lean into it. They welcome it. They shake hands with pain. You want to be tough. Go through something. You want to be elite. Hurt for it. Not just once. Not just when it's convenient, but over and over. Consistently. Painfully. With no crowd cheering. No spotlight. No guarantees. Pain strips you down. It exposes you. You find out what's real when it's 5 a.m. and you can barely stand, but you still show up. That's when character gets built. That's when mental toughness gets carved into your DNA. You don't grow in comfort. You grow in pressure, in struggle, in agony. That's where the magic is. That's where the edge is formed. The edge that makes you stand out when the lights are on and the game's on the line. Everybody wants the results. Few want the scars, but the scars are what shape you. The pain is what makes the reward taste better. You didn't just win, you bled for it. You didn't just succeed, you suffered for it. That's the difference. When you start seeing pain as part of the process, you stop resisting it. You start respecting it. You train harder knowing it's going to hurt. And you welcome that, because every drop of sweat, every aching muscle, every moment you feel like breaking, is you becoming who you're meant to be. Pain doesn't just test your body, it tests your mind. It whispers to you, you can quit now. No one will blame you, and that's the moment you choose, break or rise. Tap out or dig in, and when you dig in, that's where greatness lies. There's beauty in the burn. There's power in the struggle, because pain teaches what pleasure never could. It shows you where your limits are, and then demands that you go past them. It's easy to show up when things are smooth, but the ones who show up when everything hurts, those are the ones you remember. Those are the ones who make history because they didn't avoid pain, they embraced it. The gym, the track, the court, those are battlegrounds. And pain is the price of entry. You pay with your sweat, you pay with your discipline, you pay with your will, and if you're not willing to pay, you'll never play at the highest level. You want to lead, bleed first. You want to inspire, suffer first. There's no shortcut. There's no cheat code. Pain is the toll for every step on the road to greatness. You either face it, or you stay average, and when you finally reach that next level, you won't resent the pain, you'll thank it. Because without it, you never would have made it. Without it, you wouldn't be who you are, stronger, sharper, hungrier. Appreciate the pain. It's not weakness leaving the body. It's weakness being burned away, and in its place, discipline, drive, dominance. You just have to be willing to earn it. Conclusion, practicing gratitude. You want to know what separates champions from everybody else. It's not just talent. It's not just skill. It's gratitude for every bruise, every block, every missed shot, every broken moment that taught them how to rise again. Gratitude keeps you grounded when success tempts you to float. It keeps you focused when the noise gets loud. It reminds you who you were before the win, and who you still are after them. Without gratitude, the game owns you with it. You own the game. Be thankful for the doubt. It made you stronger. Be thankful for the pain. It forged you. Be thankful for the failures they taught you. Be thankful for the journey. It revealed you every setback, every challenge, every long night. You didn't suffer, you sharpened. Gratitude isn't about being soft. It's about being centered. It's about showing up to the battlefield with respect for yourself, for your opponents, for the opportunity to compete. You don't owe the world anything, but you owe yourself everything, so be grateful enough to go get it. This world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you earn. And if you want to earn something legendary, you better start appreciating the grind that comes with it. Every rep, every failure, every unseen hour. That's the price of greatness, and you should be grateful to pay it, because one day when the jersey's hanging, when the sneakers are retired, and the crowd is gone, you'll look back, and you won't remember the highlights. You'll remember the hurt, the growth, the process, and you'll whisper to yourself, "Thank you.